Good evening to all movie enthusiasts. Our film today is called The Forbidden Depths, and it tells the story of a teenage child who finds a golden bracelet at the bottom of the ocean, becoming a superhero capable of destroying anything and defeating the relentless sea pirates. Let's watch. The film begins with the child named Haixing, who was trapped in a small box, observing his father, the Pirate King. At that time, the other pirates were planning evil deeds to betray and get rid of him. Their main goal and what they are interested in from the betrayal is reaching the enchanting city beneath the sea. This city was owned by someone who possessed everything in the world. The Pirate King draws his sword, furrows his brows, and tells them, "I can forgive your betrayal, but I will never allow you to reach the enchanting city beneath the sea." The pirate asks him, "Why do you want to destroy and eliminate the city beneath the sea? Tell me the location of the enchanting city beneath the sea, or I'll bring you a severed head." However, the Pirate King, being stubborn and uncooperative, refuses to reveal the location of the city beneath the sea. The pirate expresses his anger, pulls out his gun, and aims it at the Pirate King. Will the pirate flinch? No, of course not. The pirate shoots him with a bullet, and the Pirate King takes the bullet, throws it back, and flies high above, falling into the sea. But as he falls, he collides with the barrel in which his son was hiding. Consequently, his son also falls into the sea while inside the barrel. As we agreed, unfortunately, Haixing is unlucky. Sadly, the Pirate King dies after ruling the pirates for many years, and his son survives thanks to someone named Long, who rescued him from drowning in the sea and became his spiritual guide. Years later, Haixing grows up to be a strong man, and Long raised him after the death of his father, the Pirate King. He provided him with food, drink, education, and made him a handsome young man who caught the attention of all the girls. Long became the captain of the ship on which Haixing currently resides, along with the other young men. Long was searching for the treasures of the sea, allowing the young men with him to dive into the depths to search for the sunken treasure. They searched in a special place called the Eye of the Sea, which was named so because it was filled with ancient treasures that would make anyone drown in greed. Haixing was preparing to dive into the water when a malicious person named Archu approached him and said, "Listen, Haixing, if I see you in the water, I will tear you apart and let the fish eat you. You should stay here on the ship because you are a pirate, and you cannot join us in searching for our treasure. If I see you underwater, I will let the octopus beneath suck your blood while you're awake." Haixing becomes upset and ponders on the situation. Long then approaches him and says, "Come on, you lion, you sea shark. I want you to dive and bring me a lot of treasure because I love to feast on gold." This encourages Haixing, and he dives into the sea. Haixing, feeling like a whale, dives into the depths without any fear of darkness, fish, or even sharks. He sees something shining in the water and quickly swims towards it. When he reaches it, he finds a large collection of gathered gold, taking a piece of gold that was cut from an ancient shield. At that moment, Haixing remembers when he was young and drowned when his father was killed. He recalls his father and the monster that was in the barrel with him. It was a creature with glowing red eyes and sharp, jagged teeth. The memory sends shivers down Haixing's spine, but he pushes past the fear and focuses on the present. As Haixing holds the golden piece in his hand, he feels a strange energy surging through his body. Suddenly, the golden piece transforms into a bracelet and wraps itself around his wrist. Haixing is startled but also intrigued by this unexpected turn of events. Unbeknownst to Haixing, the bracelet is no ordinary ornament. It possesses mystical powers granted by the ancient sea gods. As the bracelet adorns his wrist, Haixing feels a surge of strength and power coursing through him. He realizes that he has become the chosen one, the guardian of the forbidden depths. Haixing's newfound abilities become evident as he effortlessly swims through the water, faster and stronger than ever before. He can breathe underwater as if it were air, and his vision becomes enhanced, allowing him to see clearly even in the darkest depths. With his newfound powers, Haixing decides to confront the treacherous pirates who betrayed his father and seek vengeance for his father's death. He dives deeper into the sea, heading towards the enchanting city beneath the waves where the pirates plan to unleash their sinister plot. Meanwhile, Archu, the malicious pirate who had threatened Haixing earlier, discovers the transformation and disappearance of the golden piece. He becomes suspicious and realizes that Haixing may have obtained something extraordinary. Determined to seize the power for himself, Archu sets out to hunt down Haixing and claim the bracelet. As Haixing reaches the enchanting city, he encounters the pirate crew preparing to execute their nefarious plan. With his newfound abilities, he engages in a fierce battle against the pirates, using his superhuman strength to defeat them one by one. During the intense fight, Archu finally catches up with Haixing and confronts him, demanding the bracelet. But Haixing refuses to surrender, knowing that the powers bestowed upon him are meant to protect the depths from those who seek to exploit them. A climactic showdown unfolds between Haixing and Archu, each utilizing their skills and determination. Haixing taps into the full extent of his powers, unleashing a torrent of energy that overwhelms Archu. In the end, Haixing emerges victorious, having vanquished the pirate and saved the enchanting city from destruction. As peace is restored to the depths, Haixing realizes his responsibility as the guardian of the forbidden depths is far from over. With the golden bracelet still adorning his wrist, he vows to protect the ocean and its treasures, ensuring that they remain safe from those who would misuse them. Haixing can remove the shark's teeth from the girl's mouth, whose name is Ansu. He asks her, "Do you know where the underwater city is?" But the girl replies, "I don't know much about it except that it exists in the location of the Eye of the Sea." She asks him, "Where are you from, handsome?" He responds, "I am from the boat people." The girl is very happy to have met him and says, "Finally, I met a sea hunter." She releases him and tells him, "Go and take what you want, and I will take the pirate boat and escape with it." He escapes from prison. Haixing escapes from prison and starts searching for the golden piece taken from him by the pirate leader. After searching a lot, he finally finds the golden piece. He also finds a map with an important mark indicating the location of the Elixir Island. Haixing realizes that the pirate's main goal is Elixir Island. He quickly returns to the surface of the ship. There, Ansu is being attacked by the pirates. Haixing jumps with a rope and rescues Ansu, taking her into the sea, and they hurry towards the pirate boat to escape with it. But unfortunately, due to his bad luck, he gets shot in the back by the pirate leader, who hasn't died yet. Ansu helps him to get on the boat, and they escape together, facing all the dangers. They emerge in the sea, and Ansu stops Haixing's bleeding with some herbs. Don't ask me where they got the herbs in the middle of the sea, they are Chinese, so they can do whatever they want. Then Ansu holds the golden piece that belongs to Haixing and admires it. She says, "The drawings and engravings on this golden piece resemble the ones on my island." Haixing asks her, "What is your island called?" She replies, "Elixir Island." Ansu continues, "In many legends, it is said that there is a city filled with gold, treasures, rubies, and corals beneath Elixir Island. And beneath Elixir Island lies the gate to the enchanted city of treasures. They agree that they must go to that island and search for the gold." On their way, Ansu talks about herself and says, "My parents died when I was very young. My grandfather raised me, taught me, carried me on his shoulders, played with me, and never deprived me of anything I asked for." Haixing tells her, "You were lucky to have parents. I don't know if I ever had any. I'm alone, Ansu." A tear falls from Haixing's eye. Ansu catches some fish from the sea and grills them. She gives them to Haixing to eat and gain strength for their long journey. She surprises him and says, "You must eat something sweet, my dear, to overcome the ghost mist." Haixing becomes worried and asks, "What is this ghost mist?" Ansu explains, "It's a mist created by the Pirate King to prevent anyone from reaching Elixir Island. Whoever faces and withstands the ghost mist truly deserves to go to the island. The ghost mist is very cold, and anyone who passes through it dies." Haixing asks her, "Since it's so difficult, and people die from it, how did you manage to pass through, my dear?" She responds, "I brought sea mercury from my island. It allows us to resist while passing through. I brought 2 vials of it. I carefully extracted the serum from the ancient relic. Its vibrant blue hue shimmered under the light. Holding it in my hands, I felt a surge of anticipation. This serum held the power to unlock extraordinary abilities, to transcend the limits of ordinary human potential. With caution, I uncorked 1 vial and examined the contents. The sweet aroma of the serum filled the air, tingling my senses. I knew that this discovery could revolutionize the world as we know it. But it also carried great responsibility. As I prepared to administer the serum, my heart raced with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. What would happen once it merged with my bloodstream? Would it grant me unimaginable powers or bring unforeseen consequences? I had to find out. Without hesitation, I injected the serum into my veins, watching as the blue liquid disappeared beneath my skin. Time seemed to stand still as I waited for the transformative effects to take hold. Would I emerge from this experiment as an enhanced being or would I remain unchanged? Suddenly, an electrifying surge pulsed through my body. It felt as if every cell within me awakened with newfound vitality. Energy coursed through my veins, invigorating me from within. I could feel my senses sharpening, my strength amplifying, and my mind expanding beyond its previous limitations. In that moment, I realized that the serum had worked. I had become something more, something extraordinary. The possibilities stretched out before me, endless and awe-inspiring. This serum, this ancient relic, had unlocked the gateway to a realm of boundless potential. However, I also knew that this power came with a responsibility. It was not mine alone to wield. The serum held the key to transforming the lives of countless others. But with such power, I had to tread carefully, ensuring that it was used for the betterment of humanity. With the second vial clutched tightly in my hand, I understood that this discovery marked the beginning of a new chapter in human history. It was up to me to determine how this story would unfold, how this power would shape the world. And so, armed with the serum and the knowledge of what it could bring, I set forth on a path that would forever change the course of humanity. And as soon as the island was restored, the pirates found the islanders armed with swords. They also struck Anso's grandfather with a sword in his abdomen. Then, the pirate leader said to Haesang, "Thank you, young pirate, for bringing us to the enchanting city." And Mr. Ho turned out to be a traitor and said to Anso, "I finally know where the city is, and I'm going there now." Haesang continued to convince the islanders that he was not a pirate, that he was good and not evil, and that he meant them no harm. However, the islanders expelled him, and Haesang was forced to return to the pirate ship. Haesang asked Mr. Ho, "How did my father die?" And Mr. Ho told him, "I and the rest of the pirates killed him because he destroyed the entrance to the enchanting city. He told us he was doing it for the sake of the world, but we saw him as selfish and wanting to seize the city for himself. That's why I killed him, because it is the right of all pirates to live in the enchanted city under the sea." But Haesang screamed at them and said, "I am not a pirate, and I will never accept being one." However, Mr. Ho told him, "That is your reality, and you must embrace it. No one will ever accept you as long as you are a pirate. It is in your best interest to be with us, because if we take over the city under the sea, no one will be able to defeat us." And here, Haesang decided to open the city under the sea. Anso controlled the Elixir Island after her grandfather, and she asked the pirate leader, Long, to accompany her along with the boatman to go and save Haesang, because he was the only one who could break the ghost fog. And the leader Long decided to go and rescue Haesang. As Haesang tried to open the eye of the sea on the enchanting city, other ships belonging to the leader Long and the boatman attacked them. They tried to save Haesang, but he refused to go back with them. Here, Anso told him, "My grandfather told me the truth and informed me that King Hibi was a good and not an evil king, and he was protecting them. He left the city closed to protect the world." But Haesang still refused to go back with her. At this point, Leader Long appeared, and Haesang was very happy after thinking that the monster had killed him. They took Long and left, but Mr. Ho attacked Long with fire. At this moment, Haesang remembered when Mr. Ho killed his father long ago. And Haesang followed the pirate Mr. Ho into the open eye of the sea. The sea monster appeared and ate the pirate leader before killing Anso. Pirate Ho was able to reach the city under the sea and obtain the power, but Haesang followed him and tried to stop him. Haesang managed to defeat him with his own strength, which he obtained from the golden piece, and the ghost fog disappeared completely. Haesang returned to live with his beloved Anso. And here, the movie ends.